It took a few weeks to repair the damage sustained during the previous patrol and to work out some minor issues that had been noticed by the crew. But now, U-80 is returning back to sea. There has been a change in the crew roster. Jörg Sauer, a radio man that has completed 7 patrols with us, has been transferred to another boat and been replaced by Günther Kunzmann on his first deployment. Missing one experienced radio man will put more strain on the others, and ideally hope that Kunzmann will be able to grow into this role fast. Our successes so far have only been possible due to the skill and bravery of our crew. They have become a tight-knit group of people with shared experiences looking out for each other. And Kunzmann will face an uphill battle, becoming a part of that. I'll have to keep an eye on him to make sure that he doesn't do something stupid that will make the crew reject him outright. However, he seems to be an amicable fellow, so I think with time he should fit right in. But to be honest, that is just a minor worry that will most likely sort itself out with time. I'm much more worried about the general situation in the war. That the situation is not ideal is perfectly illustrated by 2 battleships sitting in the harbor, not doing much of anything. These fast battleships should be out there at sea, hunting convoys, or at the very least in the Balticum, assisting the invasion of the Soviet Union. But since the sinking of the Bismarck, High Command has become reluctant to use these assets. But they're probably right to be reluctant. This close to England, they have no hope of reaching the open waters of the Atlantic before being intercepted by the Royal Navy or hunted down by aircraft. Now they are adding their guns to Brest's anti-aircraft defenses, but they are also making the base a more attractive target for air raids. Truthfully, I'm glad that we are leaving this place. The massive concrete U-boat bunkers are not being constructed without cause, and when the hammer finally falls, I'd like to be out of its path. The patrol area that has been assigned to us is BE-63 in the Celtic Sea, just a few hundred kilometers west of Brest. We arrived there after a few days, and it doesn't take long until the crew suddenly spots a column of smoke on the horizon. Hello there, and welcome to a new episode of our amazing Silent Hunter 3 campaign with the OneAlex Edition. Let me give some orders first here. It looks like that ship might be going left to right, so let's make sure that we turn to intercept it. Speed up the boat. Let's go. Let's go ahead and see what we have ahead of us here. If that is an English ship or something else. Well, it has been quite a while since the... Oh wait, radio message. Things are happening. Let's have a quick look. Oh, it's just a position report from another U-boat. That's fine. It is today the 7th of August 1941 in the afternoon, and we have been at sea for a few days now. Without luck so far, but now that we have arrived in our patrol area, we actually encountered something. So let's move in and see if that is something that we are allowed to sink. Guys, bring me the user to the bridge, I'll need that. I can tell that it looks like a big ship, but nothing else as of yet. We are too far away to be able to say anything else about it. But you know what I'll do? It looks like I need to turn a bit further to really stay ahead of this thing. Make sure that we are ahead, that we don't get spotted. Good. So, it has been some time since we have seen the previous episode of this campaign. Well, what can I say? I was absolutely swamped with work in the past few weeks and just couldn't get around to taking the time, and trust me, it takes a lot of time, to produce one of these episodes. But now things are calming down. It's almost Christmas. It's almost the end of the year. There are a few free days ahead. So I suddenly find myself with a bit of time, and I'm going to use that time to make sure that this awesome series continues, because I know how much you guys are looking forward to it. Well, at the very least, all my faithful viewers should have had the opportunity now to catch up to the final episode, or to the previous episode. So that's something positive. Right. What I'll do now is, I will try to get ahead of that contact that to me, at this distance, looks like it might be either a huge freighter or tanker. Something big. It looks very big. Let's make sure that it doesn't run away from us. Speed up. Yeah, we are gaining on it. Okay, that's good. That's very good. We are gaining on that thing. I'll try to get ahead of it, and we'll position ourselves for an attack that might or might not happen depending on the nationality of that ship. See you in a few moments. Welcome back. We have the target in our sights, and I can tell that it is flying a red flag, and that most likely means that this is an English ship and therefore a legitimate target. Here's what I'll try to do today. Today I will try to use the Ausdampfverfahren to nail this target without gathering any data on it previous to shooting. So this is how we do it. First of all, I need to make sure that I maintain a constant bearing to the target. That is why I'm setting the crosshairs now on the target's mast. We are starting the stopwatch. We are lowering our periscope again. And we are just gonna wait a little bit, a minute. Then we'll have another look, see if the target has gained on us or if we have gained on the target. I will then either increase my own speed a little bit or try to change my course slightly, so that we then can hopefully maintain a constant bearing. Once we are able to maintain a constant bearing to the target for, let's say, 4 to 5 minutes, we should be good to take a well-aimed shot at it without having to know anything about the target's speed or, well, nothing really. We don't need anything. We don't need to estimate the target's length. We don't need to estimate the target's speed. It all simply works, and I'll show you. So let's take a quick look here. Okay, we can see that the target is gaining slowly. The mast is a little bit ahead of our crosshairs now. So here's what I'll do. Let's steer 10 degrees right. Bring the periscope down while we change course. And then we'll simply try again. I'll speed up time just a little bit until the boat has settled on the new course. Because always remember, the boat, when you order a turn, once the boat has completed the turn, it will bounce back once the rudders are straightened out. So it will bounce back in the opposite direction. Always be aware of that when you are doing stuff like this. So the method is once again the same. I'm placing my crosshairs on the mast, starting the stopwatch, down periscope. And now, wait. Wait a few moments, see if we are on a collision course. My own speed is 3 knots, we will need that, we can already input that. Because for target speed we will be using our own speed. That is 3 knots. There we go. Let's take a quick look. Is the change apparent? In fact, the change is very much apparent. What happened here? Did they speed up? Did I drift, maybe? Did my own course drift, or did they do something? Let's observe. I'll speed up time here and there, just so that you don't have to wait for too long. Okay, I can tell that they are very clearly gaining on me. Weapon officer, please, I need you now. You get in there. Okay, weapons officer. Here's the deal, I need the attack disc up. So I'm looking at an AOB, something like so. I turned too much, that's the problem. Turn the other way. The problem is that I turned so much that I'm intercepting at a very, very shallow angle, and that moved the intercept point into the wrong direction. So let's see if this works. Otherwise I'll have to adjust my own speed to accomplish what I'm trying to do here. Okay, still turning. Turn completed, and down here you can see down here in the right corner the boat, despite radar now being 0, the boat's course is changing slowly and you need to wait for that to settle. There we go. Target in sight. Let's raise the periscope a little bit. Have a quick look here. What do we see? Doesn't look bad. Let's start the stopwatch. Down periscope. Wait a little bit. Up periscope. This is looking good. This is actually looking really good. Let's wait until 2 minutes have passed. And in the meantime, I can decide which torpedo I will use. It's still bright outside. Nighttime is not here yet, so I'll be using an electric torpedo. We will be using tube 1 for this. I will set the torpedo to impact. We are going to set the depth to 5 meters. Take another quick look here. Don't move the periscope. I think I moved it slightly, but it's still fine. Absolutely fine. Excellent. This is excellent. Let's hope that we can maintain a constant bearing for a few minutes. The longer we can maintain it, the better this is. Weapons officer. Let's have a quick look at that. I'm looking at an AOB of about 35 to 40 degrees, something like that. The ship does seem to be English. No armaments visible for now. Very high superstructure with those cranes. Ship height, let's give it 28 meters, something like that. Down periscope. When we come up to 3 minutes, I'll take another look. I think we might need to adjust our course a little bit more to the left. Which is perfectly alright with me. That's fine. Let's set the AOB to starboard already. Let's set range to 1 kilometer. Okay. Change our own course. A few degrees left.
Neuer Kurs 357. Jawohl, Herr Kaloy. Neuer Kurs 354.
Turn the boat. We will now be looking at the target somewhere over here. By the way, I forgot to put somebody on the hydrophone. Let's rectify that. Good. Very good. Okay. The turn has been completed. The boat is now bouncing back from its turn. Let's wait a moment. Target in sight. Target getting close. Is the turn stopped? Almost. Crosshairs on target. Looks like I might be gaining on them a little bit now. Yes, I am. We are going to slow down our own boat. We're going down to 2.5 knots. That seems to help, but they are now actually gaining on me. Oh, that's a very fine balance that we have to strike here. Let's go back to our initial speed of 3 knots. Okay.
Kontakt, Frachter, kommt näher auf 269, mittlere Entfernung.
Okay. We now have to set up the bearing for this shot. And how do you do that? So how this method works is if you can maintain a constant bearing, then all that you need to do is set your own speed as the target speed. Then the next thing you need to do, let me actually just lower this slightly, there we go. Then the next thing that you need to do is, as an AOB, you need to set the difference between your 0-degree bearing and the bearing that you have the target on. So I'm now going to move my crosshairs to the center of the target first of all. There we go. Let's start the clock, just to make sure that we have a good solution here. And we are looking at 91 degrees. And since we are looking at the target's starboard side, I will now set the AOB to 91 starboard while maintaining this bearing. Now I could estimate the range to target and fire. However, what I will do is I will actually turn my boat, because we are at a very extreme gyro angle here, I will actually turn my boat around, and once the target is passing the 0-degree gyro angle, we will fire. Yeah, this is good enough. And we are close. And we will be even closer by the time we fire. Actually, we need to start this thing now. Speed up, start turning. Open the tube. Good. Hydrophone. Follow nearest sound contact.
Frachter kommt näher auf 277.
So since we had a bearing of 91 degrees, the target has to be basically ahead of us.
292, kommt näher.
Tube is open. Everything is set up.
Frachter auf
Just that turning so much takes its sweet time. So I will, I think, fire a little bit ahead of the target. Come on, come on, come on. Turn, keep turning. Slow down. Where's periscope? Prepare to fire. Fire! Torpedo away. And you know what? Just... oh god, we are too close. But just to show you that this works... yeah, this absolutely works. But we were too close. Ah, damn it. I think we were too close. I think that's what just happened. Now what? Let's check for armaments. Oh yes. Oh yes, they are armed. That's bad. What can I do? Weapons officer. I'm looking at a bearing. First of all, stop this damn turn. I could fire the rear tube. Let's set it up. Like so. 5 meters. Impact. Medium speed is fine. This is quite the armed freighter. The angle is too steep. The damn angle is too steep. Weapons officer. I need the target's course. At the bearing that I'm looking at... oh, come on. Oh, come on. This thing is a bit weird sometimes. Course about 10 degrees. That is more or less their course. Let's go to 15. Full speed ahead. Down to 20. Hydrophone. Normal sweep. Damn it! I think we were just a few meters too close to the target by the time that we had turned the boat around. A few meters, that's all. Damn it. It's hard to explain, but sometimes I get the feeling that it is... how should I tell it? With this game, you keep looking at targets and they are far away and they slowly get closer and closer and closer, and it takes a really, really long time until they get there. But all of a sudden they're on top of you. It just happens like that. Like that, they're on top of you. And now what I'll try to do is I'll try to get to a position on their side again. By really giving our electric engines full power. And let's see if that helps to turn us around and to catch up to them. Get me into a position from where I can fire a torpedo into their side. Still turning. Turning hard. Okay, there we go. Our turn is ending. Actually, I can't be sure. I think I was too close, but maybe the torpedo was a dud. But if I'm really honest, I think I was just a little bit too close by the time that I fired the torpedo. I think that might have been it. Ah well. Never mind, we'll try again. And you know, darkness... Well, darkness is still a few hours away, to be honest. I would rather not have to wait so long to engage them. I'm not reloading this tube, but... I was about to say I'm not reloading this tube, but autoloading was activated for some reason and they're reloading it now. What are you loading? Another electric? That's great. Oh well. It's fine. It's fine, we are going to fire another torpedo anyway. I like to keep one tube empty. This gives me more flexibility to either load an electric or a steam torpedo. Okay. We are on course. I will spend some time chasing this thing and then we'll resume the video. Turns out they almost tricked me. They are in fact sailing a zigzag pattern and... Are they turning towards me? I think they are. Start the stopwatch. Target length 100. A little bit more than 100. 100. Yeah, I think 100 is actually good. Let's observe for a moment. See what kind of speed reading we get from this. On speed 4 knots at 20. Okay, 1.5 knots. They are turning towards us. That means they are presenting a big profile. Okay, steam torpedo, tube 2. Speed setting medium, impact 5 meter depth. This is not accurate. This is not accurate at all. 60 seconds for about 120, that would put them at about 4 knots. Let's do 6. AOB. Let's do 1. Let's do it like this. Range to target. Kilometer. Open the tube. Fire. And I think that's a torpedo malfunction. Let's watch. But I think this is actually a malfunctioning torpedo. No, it isn't. Oh, I was wrong. It looked like a malfunctioning torpedo. But actually this one looks fairly good. The question is, will they see the bubble trail and manage to turn away from it? I think they might. Although they don't have much room for that. They really don't. By the way, I will order our boat to increase speed. Let's close in if we can. This target is proving to be a bit stubborn. Yeah, this is a hit. My estimation was good. The question is it enough? And will it detonate? Or will it bounce off at this angle? That's tricky. Detonation. Got it. Ah. Good to see that I still have it. I have to admit I'm a bit rusty, but estimating their speed, AOB and range worked. Awesome. So this should do 2 things for us. First of all, it might simply sink them, which would be in our best interest, of course, and the perfect scenario. Or it will, at the very least, slow them down, which would be perfectly fine for me. Are you loading a steam torpedo? Okay, that's fine. I'll keep 1 tube empty now. 2 torpedoes expended for 1 target. That's perfectly alright. I'm happy with that. And I think 1 torpedo should be all it takes. I will now dive down to 15.
Neue Tiefe 1,4 Meter.
Go that way, we'll distance ourselves a little bit from that ship.
6,0.
And we'll keep watching it, keep observing it. See if one torpedo will be enough to sink it. Or if we will need to finish it off, maybe with our deck gun. The seas are calm. However, as you have seen, they are armed, so... that's a tricky thing. We'll observe. One hour has passed since the torpedoes struck the ship, and they don't seem to be doing any worse because of it. They seem totally unaffected. I don't even think that they slowed down substantially. I think they slowed down a bit, but not too much. Still, the torpedo did detonate, and that must have caused massive damage below the waterline, and possibly massive internal damage as well. So I think I'm going to finish them off with my deck gun. I think that a few good hits should be enough to really elevate the flooding that they must be having to an unsustainable level. And here is how we'll do that. First of all, the sun is over there. And they are... where are they? They are over there. So that means that this is actually a pretty decent position where I'm at. However, I feel that I'm still too close to them. So I will continue to distance myself, and I'll try to get in a position where their gunners will have the sun in their eyes before I surface and start to engage them at a distance of about 3 kilometers or so. Right now, how far away are they? So we have an optical height of about 2 points. Let's use the flag mast. We have an optical height of about 2.5. Oh, come on. Optical height 2.5. Size of that thing 25 to 30 meters. So about 2.5 kilometers is the range to target right now. Maybe they are not that high. 25 meters I think is a good estimation. Oh, come up. No, there we go. So a little bit more than 2 kilometers. I want to be at about 3 kilometers. So let's steer left.
Neuer Kurs 3,0.
Down periscope, keep going.
Beide Maschinen halten voraus. Beide Maschinen gehen halten.
Bring me down to 15.
Neue Tiefe 1,4 Meter.
Good. I'll position myself, and then I'll bring you back once we surface to engage. There they are, quite far away by now. I have left them a little bit more time to distance themselves. Optical height is now at about 1.1 I imagine, which gives me almost 5 kilometers. That's still fine. They are a pretty big target, we are not. So here's the deal, here's what we'll do. First of all, I will steer this way.
Neuer Kurs 1,06.
We will then surface, open fire, and I will sail more or less a course that will lead me behind them, so that only one of their guns can shoot back at me. Because they have two of those, one on the bow, one on the stern. And if I can choose, then I would really like to choose to be shot at by only one. However, having a broad target at the start of this engagement, while we are at such a great range, does help. Speed up the boat. Speed up the boat significantly. We will surface with high speed. Actually, full speed ahead. There we go, that's good. Okay, begin to surface.
Auftauchen. Vorne um 10, hinten komm auf 5.
Here we go. And we are emerging on the surface. Good. Diesels have engaged. I'm on the bridge. Slow down. Let's organize our crew. I don't need you on the hydrophone any longer. These guys, this one needs to be replaced. This one needs to be replaced. And I guess this one needs to be replaced. Nice. Good watch, crew. Now let's make sure that we get good guys on the gun. Give me crew on deck. Man the deck gun. Good, we have our gunner on the gun. Excellent. Gun is manned and ready. Increase our speed a little bit. And open fire. And the first shot was always going to miss horribly. Let's hope the second one is better. That's looking better. That's looking much better. And our gun is shooting fast. My god, look how many shells we can get in the air at the same time. For now the shells are flying too far. No, that was a hit. Hit on the waterline. Let's see if they start to return fire. Yes. Or... no, that's a starship. Okay. They probably don't have a good position fix on us. Which is excellent. In that case, as long as we are not receiving any counterfire, let's slow down. So many shells, but most of them I think are flying too far. Are they? That one was short. These shells must be plunging towards them. They are flying with such a high arc. Yeah, too far. Off to the side. Can't tell if it's too far or not, but it looked like it. This one is... oh, not long enough, okay. So it varies, we have them bracketed more or less. Which is excellent. Okay, let's speed up a bit. I had the impression that our boat was more stable at a higher speed. How many shells do we have, by the way? We have, for our 88, we have, yeah, almost 200 shells. So we can keep going for a while. Just shell them. The fire rate on our trained crew is insane right now, and there we have a hit. Guys, bring me the user to the bridge.
Jawohl, Herr Kaloy.
There we go. A better view. Their guns are not active. And our shells are splashing all around them. Oh, that one looked good. I think that was just short. That one was just long. Just long. And they're shooting back now. Okay. Let's prepare for evasive maneuvers. Ah, that's fine. That's fine. Their gunners are certainly not as good as mine are. I'm counting on that. Okay, I'll tell my gunners to target their waterline. Because most of the shells seem to be going long, to be honest. Aim for waterline.
Auf Wasserlinie Ziel.
And let's start doing a little bit of zigzag.
Neuer Kurs 139.
That was a hit. Waterline. Excellent. And another one. Fire on board. That's great. That's really great. Yeah, well, their shells are getting kinda close. No, they are not. Those were very far away, in fact. These as well. These are flying off into the distance. We're doing well so far. But they are shooting back with both guns. And I am not scoring as many hits as I would like. We need to get a little bit closer. But then their accuracy will improve as well, so... Something detonated just now. I appreciate that. Please keep shooting. Okay. Let's zag now. Start turning. Don't let them get our range. I should hold fire while I'm turning, I think. Okay, we turned bare onto them, presenting a very narrow profile. But their profile has narrowed as well. We have a very high expenditure of shells here. But if we get a few more hits in, it should be enough to finish them off. Oh, this one isn't looking too bad from their side. It is going long, however. Flying directly over our boat and impacting way behind us. Did we score a hit just now? Not sure. Come on, get a few good hits in, will you? Right now we are missing left and right. Increase speed. Close to range a little bit. The good thing right now is only their stern gun can shoot at us. Oh. Uh-oh. Ooh, that one went more or less to right towards us. Looks like they're trying to turn a little bit to give us a broadside. to get both guns shooting again. Yeah, they are. Come on, land a nice hit. There we go. Hit on the side. Their fire is all over the place as well. Their gunners aren't doing themselves any favors either. They're losing up a lot of shells in this gunnery duel. But a few more hits. That's all I need. There we go. Hit on the stern. Gun crew is still active though. Okay. Let's steer this way. Hold fire.
Feuer einstellen.
Open fire.
Feuer frei.
Let's get behind them again. Come on, hit them. There was a good hit. Did we take out the front gun? No, we didn't. The hit looked very close. But we have started another fire on the bow. Excellent news. Looks like another detonation there. Something exploding. There, waterline hit. Nice. Give me a few more and we are going to turn away and dive. There we go, fire on the stern. Now we are getting the hits in. There are the hits that we need. Another hit. And another explosion on the stern. They don't look too good. Another hit. There we go. A few more shells and then we will dive. And once again observe. But I don't think they will manage to get the flooding, the new flooding and the fires under control. I don't think so. There is a lot of fire on board. I want to see another good waterline hit and then that should be enough. Come on. My crew seems to prioritize rate of fire instead of accuracy. I mean, that's fine in a way, but not great in many other ways. The ammunition expenditure is insane. There was a waterline hit, there we go. However, that was pretty much the area where our torpedo should have caused substantial flooding already. There we go, another waterline hit on the stern. Okay, turn towards them. And that gun, hold your fire.
Feuer einstellen.
Good. Let's dive to 15 meters right now.
4 Meter.
Bring me down. Get the observation periscope up. I want to maintain eyes on. Yeah. They stopped shooting back now. And explosions are happening on board. They are not having a good time. Let's slow down.
Drittelfahrt voraus. Derzeitige Tiefe 1,0.
Okay. Let's get back up to periscope
Auf
depth.
Zero-Tiefe gehen.
And I think that should be enough to finish them. I don't think they will be able to recover from this. You never know, of course, but I don't think so. In any case, let's go that way.
Neuer Kurs 7-0.
And we'll continue to shadow them for now. See what happens. And I need my hydrophone operator back. Just in case that anybody tries to show up to help them. Good. Let's wait a little bit until we can tell if they are going down or not. We just received confirmation that they're going down. So let's take a look. We have to slow
Jawohl,
down.
Herr Kaloin. Ein Drittel Fahrt voraus.
Oh yeah, still on fire from stem to stern. In the end, the damage that we inflicted with the deck gun in combination with the damage that was caused previously by the torpedo was enough to bring them down. And now they are sinking to the bottom. A good first success for this new patrol. Let's take a quick look at what this actually was. So what did we see? Ooh, it is a large oiler of 12,000 tons. That's very nice. That's a really, really nice sinking here. It certainly is. A lot of tonnage for our first target. What the hell were they doing all alone out here in the Celtic Sea? Oh, we have report of another ship steaming south. Fast speed, we are not going to catch that. But these guys we caught. And it's good that we did. 12,000 tons. A really, really nice start to this patrol. Let's actually go ahead and get a little bit closer while we watch how they are going down. There it is. Oh yes. Most definitely going down now. This ship was very resilient. Very resilient indeed. But in the end, they succumbed to the damage that we inflicted upon them. Ah, well. The flooding will now increase in pace. There go the boilers. Very nice. I'm very happy with the result. A really good result for us this early in the patrol. 2 torpedoes expended and about, I think, a little bit more than 100 high explosive shells from our deck gun. Oh yeah, massive explosions now whipping through the ship. That's gone. Lifeboats in the water. So at least some of them can save themselves. But there she goes. There she goes. Farewell. And you? Well, you'll have to hope that your distress call is picked up by someone. That's unfortunately all that can be said for you. From our perspective, target down, and we are good to leave the area, which is exactly what I'll be doing. I think I'll be sailing west for some time to distance myself from any reinforcements that might be coming from England. And we are also going to surface the boat. We need to recharge batteries, they are down to 50%. And we need to distance ourselves. I'll actually mark my position here and let's make sure that we get at least 50 kilometers away. Good. So that's the plan for right now. We will sail west, make sure that we distance ourselves from the sinking, and then we are going to progress south into our original patrol area and hope that we find more targets here. This one has already been quite juicy. I still don't know what the hell they were doing all alone out here. Maybe they refueled something out in the Atlantic. Huh, is there maybe something nearby that I need to be concerned about? Not sure. Boat has surfaced and we are steaming away. Good. Quite a nice engagement if you ask me. Certainly something else for a change. And I'm very glad to be back in this campaign in Silent Hunter 3. And we are going to bring it to its conclusion one way or the other. Either we get sunk or we make it to the end of the war. I would prefer the second. That's still my goal. Survive until the end of the war. With that said, I want to thank you very much for watching today's episode. I hope that you have enjoyed it. And Merry Christmas. I hope you're spending some really nice days with your family, with your loved ones, and that you have a very nice Christmas or whatever other holiday you might be celebrating. Let me know in the comments what you think of today's episode, and if you are glad to see this series return. For now, thank you very much for watching today's episode, and I hope to see you again next time. Until then, have some really nice days, and goodbye.